Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, get ready for the Revolting Entertainment Review Show! Starring
Warbrain
and Malkrainos. Yeah.
All right. It was an energetic intro.
Suck it, Tom.
All right, today we are reviewing... Wait, before that. As you all know, I'm Warbrain. But since we got so many games coming out, and we don't have so many people, we had to recruit some people. So you might see some, or I guess hear some unfamiliar voices. Today we got my brother Malkrainos.
What's up, everyone?
We are reviewing
Disgaea 4.
And as far as the story goes for Disgaea 4, you are back in the Netherworld as Lord Valvatores. Alright, say it.
Lord Valvatores!
Alright, and so Lord Valvatores is a vampire who has decided to stop drinking human blood, which has caused him to become really, really weak. So, through certain circumstances, he ended up becoming the Prinny instructor in Hades, which is the Netherworld's prison.
And where all the Prinnies have been created.
Yes. The whole story kind of starts off, the Prinnies go missing, so Lord Valvatores goes to save them. And he kind of finds out why they're missing, which is basically the Netherworld government has let the Netherworld go to crap. So he's kind of decides that he's going to rise up and lead a rebellion to overthrow the Netherworld government and make it the way it used to be.
Yeah.
So as far as the gameplay for this game goes, it's pretty much like a grid-based board game style RPG strategy game.
Yeah.
Your characters all have, like, there are a certain amount of spaces they can move, which is based on their speed, pretty much. And they have varying attack ranges based on their class and what weapon they have. You know, you have your standard RPG classes, you know, your mage, your priest, you got archers, you got warriors, you know, all the typical kind of RPG people. Basically, your goal is, like, most of the time is to just destroy everybody on the map.
Yeah.
To go on to the next level to continue the story.
This is simple.
Yeah. But they throw in a lot of puzzle-type elements into it to complicate things. If you've played the other ones, you kind of know exactly what I'm talking about, even though it's a little hard to explain it. But if you have played the other ones, you're not really going to get anything new out of this one. It's essentially the same exact formula that they used. They've added a couple things, taken a couple things out. Like, in the third one, there was this classroom thing instead of the Senate, and they replaced that with, like, a map that you're taking over as you beat levels.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of along the same lines as the classroom. But they also added some online functionality to this one, which was kind of nice to see. It wasn't as extensive as I was hoping it would be.
No.
Because you still can't just fight another guy, like, one-on-one.
Yeah,
or not one-on-one, but
that's
like one
what I
team
was
versus
hoping
another.
on that, when you were talking about that. I'd be like, that'd be awesome if we fight each other.
Yeah, but they decided they'll save that for the next one, I guess. They're taking baby steps in progressing this game. But the functionality they do have, you get to create maps, which I was disappointed with also. It's not as robust. Well, no, I can't say it's not robust. It's not. You don't start off with enough. Yeah. You start off with too few pieces to build your maps.
And you can't really build with those.
Yeah, and they kind of don't mesh together very well.
Not at all.
You're kind of stuck with what they give you, and you can't really make anything interesting or fun out of it. I guess it'll maybe spark some creativity in those earlier maps to use what you have.
It'd be very difficult.
They really didn't give you enough to get you into wanting to make the maps.
Yeah.
And they also added a cabinet, which, like, your foreign ministry and stuff, basically you get to send people to other people's games as, like, one of their senators, where you get to vote on stuff, like adding new characters, getting more expensive items, getting more buildings for your map thing.
Getting money, period.
Yeah. That never works.
Never.
They're very
Unless
greedy.
you persuade by force, which I'd love to do.
And then there's also the defense minister, which is kind of cool that you can use a phone. It'll actually call somebody's defense minister to your battle to help you fight. You don't get to control them. They're like just AI controlled, but it is kind of cool. Like if you're in a jam, you got like one dude left and you really are like close to finishing that battle, then you can bust out the red phone, call somebody, and they'll drop in a dude. It's completely random. You don't get to choose. So
No. It could be either really good or really bad or also really good.
yeah,
Really good as in they could either be very powerful or they could just be there for distraction.
yeah. But sometimes you'll end up getting like, I was like level 30 and I was in trouble and called the phone and I got like a level 14 to come help me and then they just got killed right away. So they really didn't. I mean, it's kind of like a gamble with that, but it's still a cool feature, I think, to get other people's characters.
It's worth to use that item.
Yeah. Basically, it's a lot the same as the other games as far as the story, as far as the gameplay.
It's essentially the same thing.
Yeah, there's some good things. You know, you got your same kind of ridiculous characters. It just has the same feeling as the other Disgaea games.
Yeah.
You know, you also get cameos from the old characters in. Not even cameos. Some of them are downright main characters for this game from the other game. I thought that's kind of cool. So, you know, especially if you've played the other ones, you would recognize them. You'll recognize them, and you'll know what they're all about. You know their backstory and stuff. This one did drop the ball on a couple things. One is that
Horrible voice acting.
horrible voice acting. Like, this is the first one that I actually had to change it to Japanese voices. Because, I mean, they're just so horrible, I couldn't stand it. I'm like, I'll just read instead of listening to this. So, and then on top of that, they didn't mix the audio right on the English voices. So, the music was louder than your character sometimes. Especially Lord Valvatores.
Valvatores is quiet in a lot of stuff.
He was super quiet. So the music would actually drown him out. You couldn't understand what he was saying half the time.
You'll experience that in the first chapter.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for you to get kind of annoyed with that.
I didn't mind him as much. I didn't mind it as much as the third one. The third one
For the voice acting?
Yeah, for the voice acting.
Yeah. The third one wasn't great either. The only other real downside to this game is that nothing has changed.
It's basically the same as the other 30.
Yeah. There's a lot of trophies in this one. It's 51, you know, but they're all top secret.
Except for one, and that's getting all the achievements.
So you're either going to have to look online, but...
Who wants to do that?
I know, it's part of the fun. To me, I like having secret achievements and trophies because you kind of just get them and they're a surprise. You're like, oh, look, I got something, you know? But you can go online to see the achievements, but some of them are kind of spoilerish, so you might not want to do that until after your first playthrough. But that's a good thing about this and all Disgaea. Once you go through and play it once, you can go back with those same characters and play it again with those same levels and everything.
Yeah.
So you can really fly through the game if you leave. I mean, you can always make the enemy stronger, but you can really fly through the game the second time through.
Yeah.
But there were a couple of achievements I got, and I don't mind letting you know what to expect as far as achievements. There's one for just watching the intro cutscene.
The whole intro.
Yeah, just all the way to the loading screen. And it's pretty much like a 5-minute anime intro video, which is kind of cool, you know. There's some for just beating certain chapters. It's not for each individual chapter, but it's like every few chapters you'll get an achievement for beating those chapters. And I got one for getting a game over. So I'm sure at some point you'll get a game over. And you'll get an achievement for it. But yeah, that's about it for the trophies. I mean,
they're all secret.
Just go out there and play it and find them for yourself. You know, if you don't mind spoilers, just go look online. I'm not gonna go and tell everybody what they are though. So yeah, if you're a fan of the originals and you're not expecting big sweeping changes on this game, just go out and buy it. It's only $50.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. You're going to get 40 plus hours of gameplay out of it. So
if you're new to the Disgaea series, I suggest go and get the first one.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be way cheaper, but it's also the best one of the series. It's got the best voice acting, the best characters, the best story. It's the silliest. It's
so silly.
And I just like that whole backwards logic or more like backwards morality of the Netherworld in that one.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like, where everything that's good is bad and everything that's bad is good. So, like, stealing is an admirable trait and love is just, like, the worst thing ever. Which actually causes weakness in one of the characters. That's the one I would suggest everybody go out and pick out.
Yeah.
So, this was Warbrain.
And this was Malkrainos.
And that is our review.
Bye, everyone.